What's up, everybody? How's it going, team? Good to be here with you guys today. Might be shadowed a little bit. I am back at it on two different cameras at one time. So I'm doing Facebook Live right now on the team page, as well as here on the laptop for Zoom, trying to coordinate the two cameras so that we can accommodate people who maybe love Facebook and also accommodate some people who maybe don't like Facebook that much. So, hi, Tina, how are you? Welcome to the live broadcast here. As you guys are joining this thing today, let us know where you're from. Also, let us know if you're getting this on a replay, because I have found that a lot of the comments, and a lot of people, especially on Facebook I'm talking about, we'll get this on replay, and that stands to reason. It's 2 o'clock almost on the eastern side of the United States. And of course, I know it's not even lunchtime out in Canada or beyond. So listen, today is about phase 2 of belief. Everything we do in network marketing in life is based on belief. I had a conversation with a distributor today about trust and how important trust is in a business and in relationships. And network marketing is that amplified because trust is huge, because it goes hand in hand with belief. And so phase 1, as I taught last week, is really based on the products, because if you don't believe in the products, you've got nothing. You've got nothing. You can't. No hypocrite ever had success in network marketing that I know of. You can't fake that. So you got to love the products. You got to be a product of the product. And we've already discussed that in the previous training. Go get that. Go look at the recordings. It's on YouTube. It's on our team page. It's right here that you're on right now. Hey, everybody, as you're joining, share this out as you guys are joining this, or maybe you're getting it on the replay. If you saw value in the first, share this out. Get some people on the live, or share out the recording. The second phase, guys, of belief, okay, and that first phase of belief will get you to where you're earning a few $100s a month. It'll get you to Pro 1. It'll get you to Pro 2. It will perhaps get you to Pro 3. Very difficult to get to Pro 4, and almost impossible to get beyond Pro 4. With just a product message. People now, in order to get beyond those numbers, are going to have to start attracting other people. Okay? Instead of attracting them to a product, now you're going to have to get people to buy into you. And that is one of the big, maybe the biggest transformation that most people have to make to be successful in network marketing. Most people stay in that first phase. They just go out and talk a bunch about the product. And honestly, I think that might be what turns a lot of people off, or maybe it's what gives the perception that that's what network marketing is all about, is just selling product. And that's because a lot of people fail to make the transition to leadership, or getting people to believe in them, to follow them as someone that they would like to get information from or duplicate their process in the business. And so it's all based on trust, and trust is based on knowledge, right? You trust someone when you have enough time with them, and maybe you distrust them because you've given them enough time to prove who they are or not. And so I'm going to outline for you a few things that will allow people to start trusting in you. It will get people to think, I need to pay attention to this person because they're providing me value. Okay. And if you can get people to start believing in you, hey, how are you guys? As you guys are joining, as I said, drop in there where you're joining from, and share this out, okay, as we go. The second phase of growth is going to be this phase that allows people to buy into you, and then in turn, make that transition financially. So in order to get people to buy into you, there's some certain things you do, and it's very financially rewarding if you do so, right? So knowledge about our products. We discussed that in the first, so that will bring over to this, right? If you educate yourself enough about the products, then you're going to share that information very enthusiastically and correctly with the right information. So that's extremely important, having knowledge in the products. But what about the company? How much do you really know about LifeVantage? How much do you know about the executives at LifeVantage? How much do you know about the board of directors at LifeVantage? And you may be thinking, oh, I don't know anything about that. Or is that really important? Well, it's important if you want to be viewed as someone that is in the know, right? If you want to be a leader, if you want to go from making a few $100 a month to making thousands. So what I'm telling you guys right now, the things that I'm outlining, this is not the only things, but they are some significant things that if you're wanting to make 4-figure monthly checks, okay, which ends up being a 5-figure and 6-figure income at LifeVantage. Because what I'm going to tell you right now is going to get you into the ranks of Pro 4 to Pro 7 and probably a little beyond. And you guys know by looking at the earnings statement, that's a 5- and 6-figure income. You guys should know a little bit of Darren Jensen's history. It's important that you do. If someone asks you, if you're a leader, and they ask you, well, questions about the CEO and you don't know, that's okay, but it's not a good thing. Okay, it's okay that a new person doesn't know. It's not okay that someone that's taken a leadership role doesn't know. If you don't know a little bit of the background of Ryan Goodwin or Justin Rose or the company itself from a stock standpoint. Now, I'm not a stock expert and I don't give stock advice, but I do know when we became publicly traded. I do know when we went to over $20 a share. I do know the ballpark of what the stock price is today. I do kind of know why it fluctuates. Why? I ask questions. I've become a student of our stock. I don't fully understand it, and it doesn't bother me. I'm not going to get off into a stock conversation when it jumps up and jumps down because that doesn't define our opportunity. So product, company, executives, what about our comp plan? How well do you know our comp plan? And that can be a tough one. But there are little things that maybe a lot of people overlook that are significant. Like, do you know why we pay 9% on the third level? It's a question I just got asked recently. Why the third level and not the first level or the fifth level? Do you know kind of how dynamic compression works? Do you know how to take advantage of the second, third, and now fourth business center? Some of you didn't even know that now they're going to give you a fourth center at Pro 10. Okay. And I don't want to come off on this video as knowing everything. I don't. There's no way to know everything. No one's perfect. But I'm constantly in study mode so that I can be someone that my team trusts and looks to me to lead them with confidence that I can do so. And it's only through homework and research and become a professional. Guys, this is as I said, this is transitioning from amateur to pro. Amateur to pro. That takes work, guys. It's not going to happen easily, okay? Learn about the profession of network marketing. I've said many times, the faster you can fall in love with network marketing, the faster you're going to really start making some money, okay? Everybody, for the most part, falls in love with the product first. It's a natural thing. What's not natural is falling in love with network marketing. Many never do it, and that's why many never become very successful. But truly, if you understand network marketing at its core, when it's done right, not when it's done wrong, when network marketing is done right, there is no better way to make money by helping other people get what they want, removing the word I, and it's we and us together. What do you want? Let me help you. Are you kidding me? Where does that exist in corporate America, right? And so learn the history of network marketing. And I mean, it's vast. You could spend forever. And remember, everything I'm telling you guys right now happens after you do the business, like after you do the three-way calls, after you do the meetings, after you do your exposures. The stuff that I'm telling you right now is what you do when other people are sleeping for the most part, okay? Know the history of some of the other companies. I mean, know how long it took for Herbalife and New Skin and some of these other companies. Know how long it took them to get to 200 million, 300 million, 500 million, a billion. Know some of the success stories in network marketing, guys. There are people that make 7-figure monthly incomes in network marketing. Now, I'm not suggesting that's a healthy comp plan, but it's a fact, okay? There's also a guy that lives just down from me, okay, in that Sarasota area down there. He's approaching $100 million in lifetime earnings, okay? You should know who that is. You should know his history. You should know where he came from probably. Maybe it's not uber important. I'm not saying you're not going to have success if you don't know those stories, but it sure helps to know the stories. And it even helps more if you get to meet the person, okay? And that's possible if you want this bad enough. You just have to go to events where those people are at and have the drive to get to know them, okay? Have a basic understanding of other comp plans, not just ours. You got to kind of know what a binary is. You got to know what, force matrix are. You have to know what, you're going to be asked all these different things like, can I buy a position or ghost positions? And so I don't want to scare you guys off, but again, I'm talking about making the transition, guys, to being a professional, okay? If you're going to be a professional, you need to know and continue to grow, right? Here's a big one. What's his name? Jeff Roberti is his name. Thanks for asking. Jeff Roberti. And, the company's name is escaping me. I knew I would do that if I'm Juice Plus. There you go. Jeff Roberti, Juice Plus. All right. Almost $100 million in earnings. Anyway, let's keep moving. You're going to have to, here's a big one, guys. You're going to have to give people more than they give you. You're going to have to give people more than they give you. Stop asking or looking for fairness. Fairness does not exist in this world. It's a not unfair world, okay? So don't think it's 1 + 1 = 2. It's not how it works in this business. You're going to have to give more of yourself to your team than they're giving to you, and don't expect them to give more than you. They won't. Your team will never work harder than you. They just won't. A person might, but your team will not. Okay? If you want your team to work, you have to work harder than them. That's all there is to it. The saying is, don't ask someone to do something you're not willing to do yourself. Okay? Remember that one. Here is probably the most important thing I may tell you. If not one of, it is one of. You guys are going to have to realize that you have to stay consistent if you want to be a professional. You cannot be hot one month and cold the next. You cannot be doing a lot of meetings one month and a lot of trainings and disappear the next. Consistency is so important for a leader. It's like with kids, right? I have 2 kids, so I can speak from experience. You want to frustrate a kid? Discipline them for something and then let them get away with it 2 or 3 times. Doesn't work that way, okay? You have to be consistent. And I'm not going to get on a soapbox here about raising kids. I'm not perfect. My kids are not perfect, okay? But it's got to be a certain way, and it has to be that way all the time. One of the biggest problems I see in network marketing, in my organization, in the company, are people that are hot and cold. They're go, 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 then nothing. If you want your team to believe in you, if you want them to trust you, you have to be consistent, guys. And that doesn't mean you're working 24-hour your business, because for almost all of you, this is plan B. You hope that someday it's plan A, but it's plan B right now. But be consistent, guys. if you're consistent with plan B, and the more time you put into it, it absolutely can become plan A. That's a fact. We've seen it right here in this team many, many, many times. But that's a big one. If you want to make the transition to thousands of dollars of income a month, you have to be consistent. And that is so hard because life happens. You get sick. You get fired. Stuff happens to your family. Your car breaks. All these other things. Hey, that doesn't matter to your team. You go through family issues or marital issues. Guys, listen. Yes, we all have those things happen, but you have to do the very best you can to shelter that from your team, okay? When things happen in your life, you're going to have to be consistent for them, kind of like with kids again. I've watched my wife be sick as a dog, but guess what? She takes care of the kids. Not saying that I don't or am not willing to step in. Okay, don't read between the lines here, right? I'm just saying I've watched my wife put herself out weekly for the kids. That's what a good leader does. A good leader puts their team's emotions and needs ahead of their own. Here's a big one. And I'm giving you guys some highlights of things that I've seen that have sabotaged people's business. Here's a big one, guys. Do not push your religious or political ideas on your team. Because guess what? Your team at some point is going to be so big that they don't share your religious beliefs and they don't share your political beliefs. And I know it's hard time to time, especially with the craziness that's in the news. That's why I don't watch the news. Sometimes political leaders say things and it's just like, you want to respond to that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You may be one party or the other party, but if you want to grow, if you want to lose respect from your team really quick, start putting out religious and political views on a regular basis, and it will alienate parts of your team. That doesn't mean that you can't be a spiritual person. It doesn't mean that you can't be a political person. It just means that you're going to have to keep that to yourself. That you, listen, I have my own religious beliefs, strong religious beliefs. I have my own political beliefs, but I do the very best I can to be true to who I am without making anybody else feel weird. I don't want anybody on my team to feel like they can't talk to me about things. And that's probably because I don't push or I don't judge. That's a better way to say it, right? Don't judge other people on your team for their religious or political ideas. If you do, you're going to lose them. And if that's more important than you, than building this organization, that's okay. That's your decision. Just be happy with the rank you are, because at some point you're going to have all there is so many religious beliefs in my organization. I want a global organization. It's ridiculous to think they're all going to be believing and thinking the same things. Okay. And goodness sakes, I mean, if you're building a global business, you might want to be careful about your nationalistic approaches to things, because there are other people that feel like their country is superior to our country. And like I said, I'm not going to get into political things. I'm just telling you, love on people, okay? Don't love on your ideas and ideology. Love on people, all right? Because I think everybody will agree that the world needs more love, okay? Love on people and let people be who they are in your teams, okay? You need to provide, this is big, you need to provide, and I got some notes here. I know you guys see me dropping down, but I didn't want to forget anything. And there's so many things I could add to this that I'm not, but provide a growth environment for your team, okay? How can you do that? Well, there's a few things. What about team functions, right? Have you created a culture within your own team that people want to be a part of? Do you have barbecues or get-togethers, or some people call them potlucks, right? Do you bring people together on a regular basis? I'm not talking about weekly, because there's something to be said for keeping relationships and business separate. I make it a point that I don't get so close to people that we're in each other's business, and that becomes weird or hard, right? But are you providing an environment for your team that they want to be a part of? Are you providing barbecues or retreats, right? And it doesn't have to be elaborate, but doing things for your team, right? Are you doing that? Parties where people can have fun. Guys, a big part of network marketing is creating a fun environment, creating an environment that other people want to be a part of outside of the compensation plan. Most people will stay in network marketing because of the products and the fun, not because of the money. Because 80 or 85% of the people will never make more than $500 or $600 a month. That's just the way it is, because they're not willing to do these other things. Not yet, anyway. Okay, but create an environment where people want to be a part of, and you will grow an enormous organization of people that love what you do and want to be a part of the company. So do that. Do you provide monthly trainings for people? Are you training your team monthly? And it doesn't mean that you have to be divisive. It doesn't mean that, you got one person training this way and I can't do it this way. Don't do that. Collaborate with some of the leaders, but just make sure that you are providing trainings monthly for your team. And in doing so, allowing them to take that simple information and grow. So are you providing that type of environment? Are you providing weekly presentations? We ask them to go expose the business, right? The life of your business is based on exposure. Are you providing your team, not relying on your upline, because guys, you are trying to be the leader now, right? You're trying to be the leader. You should not be relying on your upline to be the one providing the meetings. You do it. You do the meeting. You get in front of the room. You do the Zoom presentation. You do the whiteboard presentation. You leave your house and go to someone else's house. And by the way, that is how our teams are growing. The most growth in my organizations are in people's homes and at restaurants, one-on-one live meetings. That's it, okay? Now, that doesn't mean the social media side doesn't work. I'm just telling you, the best case scenarios to grow your business is in live scenarios, live meetings, okay? But are you providing that environment to your team? Are you providing them, if not live, because maybe some of your team is around the country. There's people on here from Canada and around the world, right? I can't be in Canada this week. Well, I can, but I'm not, okay? Meaning I could get on a jet, but there's other things. But are you doing presentations on Zoom that they can plug into? Or are you doing weekly opportunity phone calls? Are you giving your team the environment, a growth environment as a leader, or are you relying on someone else to do that? Okay, I'm just saying that's what leaders do that want to jump into those higher ranks. Are you, as a leader, providing an environment where there's goal setting? There's an environment of a team that sets goals, works on those goals, and then works together to accomplish those goals, and then closes the month out strong and has a plan to do so. Like if your team doesn't have that as a habit, then you probably have a team that's not growing. If your team, the leaders, are getting together and they're not setting goals at the beginning of the month, and you guys aren't working on those and talking about those and where are you at and kind of a little accountability, and then closing strong at the end of the month, then I'm going to just go out on a limb and say you probably, one, didn't set the goals, two, didn't reach your goals. Okay? So that's what a leader does. A leader puts that in their team environment. Guys, if you're loving this information, let me know. Let me know if you hate it. Let me know if you love it. Let me know if I got cauliflower in my teeth. Let me know. Listen, we're wrapping this up. Here's what also a leader does, okay? They read and they research continually. They read and they research every day. And I've said this before, but in order to be a leader that leads a team, your battery must be stronger than your team. And every day our batteries are getting drained. Your team goes out into this nasty world, and it's nasty, guys. Think about what's going on with our team in Puerto Rico right now. Okay, that's That's something out of their control. But that is beating up the Puerto Rican team physically and mentally, that hurricane, Cat 4, Cat 5 hurricane, right? So I have to make sure my battery is supercharged for when I get on the phone with those people. Because if I let the day beat me up, then how in the world am I going to be able to charge their batteries? Okay. And no, everybody's human here. No one is inhuman. So all of us, our batteries are getting drained all day by the stress of this world and working and trying to build this LifeVantage business and the drama in our teams and all that, right? What are you doing to charge your battery? Because your battery must be stronger than your team's battery. And for me, it starts with gratitude. Starts every day with being thankful for the day and that there's someone somewhere else that's going to have a much more difficult day than me. Whatever it is I'm facing, illness, finance issues, family issues, there's always someone else that's facing a much bigger issue, and being grateful. Money doesn't make you happy, guys. If you can't be grateful for where you are today, you will never, ever, ever be happy. Okay, so for me, it starts with being grateful in the morning. And secondly, I read and I research, and then I share that with my team. I share what I read. I share what I learn, and I charge their batteries. A leader charges their battery and then charges the team's battery. It just means as a leader, you got to have a bigger battery or more of them. You got to have 2, 3, 4, 5 batteries if you're going to be a leader and make thousands of dollars in network marketing. And so all these things that I've outlined for you today does one thing. It builds trust. If your team trusts you through knowledge and through experience, if they trust you, they will follow you. And if they follow you, your check is going to explode. So there's phase 2, guys. If you want to be a professional in network marketing and you want to go from hundreds of dollars of income to thousands, you've got to get people to believe in you. Those are just some of the things that you should be doing and thinking about to get people to believe in you. The third phase we're going to discuss next week, and that's getting people to believe in themselves. When you get people to believe in themselves before they believe in themselves, you go from making thousands to tens of thousands of dollars per month. So love you guys. Love you, team. So this has been on Facebook. If you love it, let me know down in the comments. Share it out. Let me know. I love talking to you guys one-on-one in these comments. And it lets me know what the next things should be. Drop in the comments there some topics you want me to talk about beyond belief, because I've got that one for next week. And for the people here on Zoom that are not on Facebook, I'm going to put this up on YouTube and let you guys have this. My last one was a little non-compliant, I guess. I got a phone call from Big Brother, and they're like, take that down. Well, I didn't want to take it down completely. I just went and edited some stuff. I get a little, I'm just real and raw with you guys. This is uncut. Like, I'm just talking to you, right? And so I speak from the heart, and sometimes I let things come out of my mouth that you probably needed to know, but the rest of the world wasn't ready for. Let's just say that. So anyway, love you guys. Have a great day. Share this out. Talk to you soon. Bye.